Good morning. I made it over to Point Defiance Park, and Tacoma calls their park system Metro Parks Tacoma, which I think is an interesting name. And I'm 90% sure that Point Defiance Park is their largest park. Well, this was right by the entrance to the park, and it caught my eye. It's almost like a bioswale. Unfortunately, they didn't have a sign that described what it was, but I think it's here to filter out stormwater. So, I'm going to start heading into the park and exploring it. The first stop that I made was right here at Duck Pond, and it's almost right at the entrance to the park. Right next to the duck pond is one of many large fields. You can start to get a sense of just how large this city park is. Next up in the park we have the Rose Garden. Of course, it's still early in the year and the roses haven't bloomed yet. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Rose Garden. It would have been nicer if it were summertime. Moving on now, we have the Point Defiance Lodge. It's a visitor center and employee office. Okay, I'm on the move now, and this is 5 Mile Road. It's a giant loop around the park, and I'm going to stop periodically at some of the attractions along this road. The first stop that I made along 5 Mile Road is the Rhododendron Garden. Next stop I made was the Owens Beach area. I will have to say it was quite busy while I was down there. I went up this path to get a view of Owens Beach. I'm moving along from Owens Beach now. I'm back on 5 Mile Loop. If you look off to the right, a portion of 5 Mile Loop is closed, so I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to end up now. So that little cutoff road that I ended up on did connect back in with 5 Mile Loop, and then I ended up here at Fort Nisqually. Of course, I'm here on a day that it is not open, so we'll do a tour of the exterior and then move along. This forested area is right next to Fort Nisqually, and I will have to say this park has some large forested areas. It also has some really nice picnic areas in the forest. I've looped back around to the boat ramp, and then the Washington State Ferry has a terminal down here. This leads over to Vashon Island. Right next to the ferry terminal, there's a small commercial area with some shops and restaurants. They're using this cage to study Chinook salmon. There's a bunch of different partners involved with this The interesting one that I found was Tacoma Public School District. We have this little promenade that I'm going to walk down for a little bit. It leads from here to Owens Beach. There's one last spot that we're checking out in this area, and this is the dunes at Point Defiance. It's actually on the other side of the marina. I'm going to wrap it up here. There's a few spots in Point Defiance Park that I didn't get to, mainly because 5 Mile Loop was closed. But overall, it was a really nice park, so I want to thank you for watching.